the Meccans were willing to say, go ahead, worship your one God, and we will worship our gods. But the constant complaint they had about Muhammad is that he is inciting the powerless and disempowered against their masters. Time and time again, they come to Abu Talib and say, look, we can't speak to our slaves and give them orders anymore because now they say they're equals. Look, this message is very dangerous because it is not just a quietist message sitting in a corner saying worship your God quietly and peacefully and ignore the world around you. It is a message that is constantly saying, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. And shame on you for what? Yes, for worshiping idols, but for what moral, ethical, transformative program the worship of idols makes you do? And what is that? What is the moral error? What is the moral failure? The moral failure is precisely as the Quran repeatedly tells us when it talks about fakku raqaba, the liberating the enslaved or liberating the oppressed, or when it talks about the miskin, or when it talks about the orphan. In other words, your society, or when it talks about burying alive, your society is unjust because the elite get to enjoy their privileges and lets the other suffer. This points to a very important principle that is very clear. We will see it begins from the very first beginning, from the start of the Risala. And we will see it throughout until the death of the Prophet ﷺ,